Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's your host Steady Yeti. We have unfortunately been out for a little while. Haven't been able to make much content. Been working a lot and had some other things going on family wise that I've been taking care of. But we are back today. I don't know if I'll be back consistently, but we'll be back today. For all 4 people that will watch this, here's you a video. So we're going to be playing some more Diancie Dusknoir today. I love this deck. I want this deck to be as strong as the meta right now, as strong as a deck like Megalopony, as far as like a rogue techie deck. And looking at it, it just feels like it has all the pieces, but it just doesn't come together. And I've been messing with the list some here and there, and I added a red card, as you can see, with Chaos Rising coming out. Some cards that felt clunky I took out. And then I ended up noticing that my list was really close to the one that just got 26th, I believe. It might have been lower than that, but in Orlando maybe, or no, LA Regionals. I think it was LA Regionals. It might have been Prague. It wasn't this past regionals in Indy. So I straight copied his list and then started playing around with it. And there was still some other, well, obviously he didn't have a red card. There were still a few other things that I wanted to mess around with. So this is what I got going on. So all the Pokemon are still standard. I might include a second LATIAS. I haven't had an issue with the one yet, but that might happen. He was playing 4 Judge. I tried the 4 Judge, and I LILLIE'S Determination and drew 3 of them, and that was it. We're not doing that anymore. So, no, actually I'm Mystery Garden for 5. That's what it was. And 3 of them are Judge. So, yeah, not doing that anymore. So I did trim it down to 2 of. 3 was still a little much for me. I'm not really big on hand disruption, and we do have a special red card. So I did trim one of the judges for a special red card. And then I trimmed the other one for a Powerglass. This deck really has to have this card. That's how you recur your energy back to the Diancie. I forgot the Pokemon's name. Gosh. And it's really good. It's pretty consistent. There's a lot of times where you can get like 3rd energy on it, discard both of them, and have energy come back, so you can have 3 for the next attack, or 2 for the next attack. And also with this right here, excuse me, I went ahead and did 3 telepathic energy and 9 psychic, because Wondrous only gets back the basic psychic, just to try to make it a little bit easier to get the basic energy. I felt like 4 telepathic was too much and a little clunky, so excuse me, something in my throat. So I did trim it to the 3 of. It hasn't felt like I needed the 4th one very much. I pretty much draw it pretty soon. And the way I play this deck, I almost always, if I have like a bad starting hand like Ultra Ball for MEOWTH for LILLIE'S, like pretty soon to get a good hand rolling. Because the deck is a little slow and a little grindy. And if you can't get there, then you're just going to get taken over. The thing I like most about this deck is there is like no steel types in the meta. I know Steven's Metagross is kind of a thing, and the baby Metagross that now does 300 damage might become a thing, but as of right now, there's not much steel in the meta. So with your 2 main attackers being steel weakness, although CLEFAIRY is easy to knock out, Diancie's not. At a technical 300 HP one-shot, it makes it feel a little bit better to play this deck right now. And it's, like I said, it's super consistent. It reminds me a lot of Charizard Pidgeot, which is one of my favorite decks. I miss that deck every day. I wish it was still standard legal. I would still be playing it if it was. Although it wouldn't be the best, it was super fun. And like I said, I miss it all the time. But I really love Dusknoir as a card. I think it's a really cool mechanic. A lot of people hate Dusknoir as a card, and I understand. It is kind of broken. And maybe if they made the ability count as an attack or something, it wouldn't be as broken, or probably might not even played, except for like niche decks. But the fact that it doesn't is just really cool to me. And it's just a cool concept. It's a cool Pokemon. It's a psychic type. Like, it just checks all the boxes. If I were to play Dragapult, it definitely would be with Dusknoir. I think that's the best list right now, in case anyone cares. Obviously, I mean, you can look at the charts and pretty much tell, but other than that, back to the deck. The 2 Pokepad, it feels okay, but I could see switching 4th Ultra Ball for a 3rd Pokepad. There's a lot of single price Pokemon in this deck that you're wanting to get. You want to make sure you set up, mind you, we're not playing Buddy Buddy Poppins or anything. So you want to make sure you get your Duskull set up, you get your DUSCLOPS and Dusknoirs, that way you can get aggressive. So I might be switching those to 3/3s. I'm not really too big a fan of 2-ofs. I think the 2 Rare Candy and Night Stretcher is fine, and the 3/2/2 Dusknoir line's fine, but you really wanting to get those in play as soon as possible so you can really take initiative. And with the Dusknoir, if it's where you're playing against Dragapult, you can get attack off with Lily or with Diancie and knock something out, and then possibly Dusknoir a Dracloak, you're in really good shape. And I mean, that's a favored matchup anyways, obviously, but just to make an example. Other than that, that's pretty much all I got for the intro. I do like Secret Box's the ACESPEC. I was trying on Fair Stamp. Secret Box feels a lot more consistent. What you'll notice playing this deck, let me say this real quick. You are going to have a hand, well, if you do, every card in this deck matters. Every card in this deck is important, which is why I don't understand why the deck isn't as good as it should be, in my opinion. It has all the pieces, what is it missing? But you're going to be looking at your hand and wanting to Ultra Ball, and you're going to be looking at 5 other cards, and you're not going to want to discard any of them. It's just part of it. You just have to do it. And like, you just have to pick the ones that aren't as important. And same with Secret Box. Discarding 3 cards is rough, but you just got to do it. You got to get in there and take care of business. And so that's what we're going to hopefully be doing today. Let me make sure it's active. And let's hop into some games, see where we can go. As you can see, I'm still on the, and I forgot the name of it. Maybe it's Great Ball, but the blue rank, because I haven't been able to play much. I have a massive Magic the Gathering collection. I used to play Magic. I played Magic for about 15 years, almost 16 years. And I haven't quit playing Magic, I'm just taking a break right now. And that's one thing too, that I've been sorting all my Magic stuff, because I'm probably about to offload a lot of it. I have a lot of revenue in Magic, so it's just sitting here because I'm mainly focusing on Pokemon. Okay, so this is a really good start. I'm gonna go ahead and throw both of these down so we don't have to think about it anymore. But this gives us everything. We're going second, which isn't terrible. I typically want to go first so I can go ahead and get energy on this. But if possible, we could possibly discard an energy in Wondrous Patch and get 2 energy on this one. Opponent has a Snorunt with water sleeves. I'm curious if they're playing a water deck like Greninja. I think a Greninja Snorunt, or excuse me, a Greninja Frostlass deck would be really cool. And they're playing Starmie, cool. Yeah, this deck my opponent's playing is super cool. I want to main it really bad, but something's just telling me not to, so I'm not going to. Pokepad. This will tell us what variant they're on, probably. Monkey Dory. Okay. Play Monkey Dory pass. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get some stuff rolling here. I don't think I have to worry about this Diancie being knocked out next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and attach energy here. Get me some basics. LATIAS. See, LATIAS is in the deck. It's always in the deck. I've never had a problem with it not being in the deck. And then CLEFAIRY doesn't seem to be needed at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and get DUSKULL so we can start that. Possibly DUSCLOPS this Badoo and get me a free little thing, and throw a POWERGLASS here, and we could also possibly Rare Candy, Dusknoir, and pop Monkey Dory. That would be good too, because I'm not really worried about the Badoo. Go ahead and LILLIE'S. 8 fresh cards. Okay, so Mystery Garden. I have a hand. I don't think there's any way we can accelerate any faster this turn. So I think I'm gonna throw down this FLUTTER main and then put it in the active. That leaves us with 6 cards in hand, which means they could knock out a Diancie if they have the Frostlass, Mega Frostlass. So, well, that means we'll also have to boss, and they'll have to draw. They have to draw a ball. Well, no, never mind. I'm trolling here. So let's do this to make it a little bit harder for them to knock out. 4, 5, 6. I could technically discard the telepathic energy. I have a loaded bench. It'll let me draw 2 cards and then possibly just put me right back in the same spot. So I'm not going to do that. Flutter Mane is actually a really cute card. It has the Midnight Fluttering ability, which basically shuts off your opponent's active Pokemon from having an ability, because it replaces that ability with Midnight Fluttering, which is basically nothing. Kind of like CLEFAIRY from G Block. But the reason this is cool is I almost had the opportunity to, when I was playing against my buddy, to put this in the active while he had LATIAS in the active, and then he wouldn't have been able to retreat LATIAS. Knowing he didn't have any switch cards or pivot cards because he was playing my grass box that I have built-in paper, and it doesn't have, well, actually it did have a switch in it. That list did have a switch, I forgot. But yeah, I mean, 1 switch in a 60 card deck and it could have been prized. I had an aggressive enough start though that I just didn't worry about it. Opponent passes here, which, holy cow, this is super good for us. So I can discard a bunch of cards and get Rare Candy, or I can just Ultra Ball for Dusklops. I kind of want to just Ultra Ball for Dusklops, but I don't know what to discard. Man, so I think we're discarding Dusknoir. Hopefully they're not both priced. They're not, okay. And then, so Dusklops here, and then pop the Clops on the Badoo. Take the knockout. See what we get here. If we get a basic psychic, we're definitely throwing that down. Okay, opponent may be AFK. Which always sucks for video making because it's just an easy win. And I kind of want to just concede and move to the next one. But at the same time, we could be having lag issues. I haven't seen the disconnect error yet, so I'm pretty sure they fixed that. I do wish we could attack with Flutter Mane. It puts 2 damage counters on your opponent's pitch Pokemon any way you like. It's not great, but it's kind of good with Diancie, which only does 240 if you discard both energy, helping you ramp up a little bit and getting some of those bigger megas. taken care of with like a Dusknoir. Okay, so we did draw or did prize basic psychic. Do we play that or telepathic and get another Duskull? I think we'll just do this and then LILLIE'S and then hope to draw one. Okay, we didn't, but that's okay. We could Ultra Ball for one, but I do like my hand, so I think we're just going to retreat and take an easy knockout. Always discard your basic energies, because that's all you can get back with Powerglass. Take another prize card. MEOWTH, not bad. Yeah. This kind of sucks. I don't think my opponent is here. I hope it just disconnects them soon and they can see. I want to make good content for you guys, you know, solid videos. But I really am considering this deck for a benefit tournament we're having soon. It's $10 to enter, and first place gets a 25th anniversary celebrations ETB. Like, holy crap. Like, there's gonna be so many people at this tournament. It's in a fairly big city to start with, and they have a decent player group already. Yeah, okay, inactive for too long. That sucks. Alright, let's hope to hop into a good game here. It makes me wonder, like, how people like that get queued up. Like, do they just realize they're gonna lose and then get prissy and go ahead and get some cards here, and then just get prissy and just sit there? Like, I don't know, but it doesn't make much sense to me. Heads. It is heads, so we are going to choose to go first here. I think the deck could be decent going second, since you are playing 4 LILLIE'S. You know, you can always draw into what you need. That's kind of less than ideal, but we can make it work. Alright, so opponent is on Honchkrow, which sucks for us, but it's not the end of the world. Honchkrow's a very valid deck too. I also consider playing it. I'm actually going to be testing it out, and I can play it on the channel if you'd like. Drop a comment. I might just make a video anyways. But I consider playing Honchkrow at that tournament too. Getting this mulligan definitely helps. Well, that doesn't definitely help, but draw for turn, right? Hopefully. Maybe. Something. Ultra Ball. I guess we could Ultra Ball Diancie for Ultra Ball 4 Diancie, and then attach and play Powerglass and Mystery Garden. That means we have to discard 2 cards, CLEFAIRY being one of them, and we gotta keep Rare Candy. I really don't want to discard Secret Box. I think we're gonna discard the Powerglass since we have the Secret Box. Although we do want these, we do have 2 more in the deck still instead of just 1, so it doesn't feel as bad. Play this here, attach, play Mystery Garden. I could see holding the garden there in case they have Team Rocket's Factory, like I was just about to say, because then they get to draw a bunch of extra cards, but we're in a pretty good spot here anyways, being able to Rare Candy into Dusknoir next turn. Along with some possible other stuff, hopefully, if we draw well. Alright, well they get a Giovanni, well they Rose Sticks. Alright, so they got more Murkrows down. All 4 Murkrows. So that's good for them. So they're gonna Deceive. Social deck for supporter card, okay. Alright, let's see if we can get something here. Lillie's would be peak. Okay, well, energy isn't bad. That gives us LATIAS. Well, LATIAS. Well, LATIAS' weakness is dark, though, and we are going to be moving this. So maybe not LATIAS, maybe just second Diancie and hope they don't just wreck us here. So let's see what we can do. Maybe Diancie CLEFAIRY, or maybe just Diancie DUSKULL, and try to get into another Dusknoir. I don't hate that. Take a bunch of prizes, then rare candy, and then go ahead and Curse Blast one on the bench, because it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, realistically, if I would have discarded a Secret Box instead of Powerglass, we've been in a little bit better spot here. Okay, yeah, we're definitely going to Judge. That's a really good draw. And we hit the Powerglass with the follow-up Lillie's next turn. Guys, we're doing pretty good. Alright, so discard the basic. Always discard the basic. Unless you can't, then don't, obviously. But always discard the basic. And we got Night Stretcher. We are looking up here, boys. Just rip second rare candy and just roll this guy. Gosh, that would feel so good. Ariana. I will say I'm not going to feel too good if he knocks out this or if he knocks out this Diancie. He does have to use like almost his entire hand though to do it, which won't feel terrible. Well, okay then. So he has to have 5 and a POK'E gear. Wow. So he has to have 5 supporters, and I know he has 4 now, so that means he probably has 5. So we're not in the best spot here. Somehow I gave them, oh well, let's make it 6 then. Somehow I gave them everything they needed. What are you doing, bro? Why would you do that? Is this general effects of attacks used by your opponent's Pokemon? Don't even see this. Effects of attack, so I could steal Dusknoir. Okay, that's good enough. I don't understand why you would get your whole hand. I could possibly judge you away, and you haven't seen my ACESPEC yet. I could be playing on first hand. Okay. Well, let's see. I kind of want to throw up the DUSKULL. And hope we just get a decent draw here. Okay, we got a fantastic draw. Well, kinda, not really. We probably just still lose, but... Get that. And then get LATIAS, DUSKULL, I guess. I guess they have to have 4 supporters to knock out Lillie. Well, never mind, they'll just knock out LATIAS if that matters. Whatever, I'll just get Lillie's. And then I attach for turn. I could put gonna do that, I think. So, Night Stretcher the Dusklops. I kind of wanted to Night Stretcher the Dusknoir, then hope to draw a rare candy, but it's okay. Oh, I didn't think about that. Now, I can't attack with my freaking Diancie. Dang it. Alright, well. I guess we just have to Lillies. Just Lillies now. I could still Dusklops him, which is good. It's good to see that. So, Wondrous Patch. Energy here. We only have one, right? Yeah. And then Free Retreat. Man, if we could knock out both here, that would be insane. But we can't. So, POK'E Pad for a Clops. And then Clops the Skull. And I don't really mind giving them a single prize card here. Oh, I'm sorry. Knocked over a deck box. I don't mind giving them going to one prize card here. I mean, they're probably going to win this anyways. Knowing that they just have a crazy hand. I mean, I guess realistically, this isn't the best play because they could just... they could just Giovanni the Duskull and only use one supporter, but they have 9 cards in their hand. Like, what are the odds, you know? Alright, well, was going to say in the deck tech, but I didn't want to string it out too long. 4 Wondrous Patch and 4 of the Mystery Garden feels like a lot. I feel like it's very important for the synergy, but at the same token... yeah, POK'E Pad. Oh my gosh, I knocked off the deck box again. Let me put this somewhere else. There. Yeah. You throw an energy on that bad boy, I'm giving you the thumbs up. There it is. Alright, let's get out of here. Oh. Hold up. Oh. Yeah. Whatever. He might not have been able to retreat there, but we're going to say he could have had. I don't think I was winning that. Maybe I didn't need to Clops that second time and just discard both energies, but... I mean, realistically, we're not probably winning that matchup anyways. And if that's the reason this deck isn't meta playable, then I think I'm fine with that. Heads. Always heads. That's where this coin is rigged. I do want to go first. And I want to draw a Diancie and an energy. And I did not do that. Oh my gosh. It happened again. Okay. So this is kind of what I'm talking about with the bad draws. I'm going to go ahead and set up both the Duskulls. Where you just kind of get these hands where it's just like, really? Like, this is what we're doing? But, I mean, hey, I could draw a Diancie right here, and we could be in good shape, because I can go get LATIAS and retreat into Diancie, and we're exactly where we want to be, so. And I will say, I typically am not a fan of decks that play 4 Lillies. I'm a 3 Lillies guy, but this deck, it has to have the 4 Lillies, because you're almost always hoping to draw one. Okay, another Stormy deck. Wondrous Patch. Alright. Well, I guess we'll hold the Mystery Garden in case they throw down the Nighttime Mine. Not Nighttime Mine. That's the Terra one. Risky Ruins. And then I guess we're just going to Telepathic on the Flutter main, even though that's not the best. Get these 2 guys. And then probably just pivot into Diancie. Because it has a lot of HP. And then just pass. Alright, so this is Starmie Greninja. I really like this deck. You have an early attacker, you have a late attacker, and the Greninja does spread damage, which is really good with the Starmie. There's a lot of Pokemon right now that have anywhere from 90 to 110 HP, so being able to shoot something for 60 and then 50 is pretty solid. Alright, so there is the stadium bump. Into a Staryu that doesn't have an energy on it. Interesting. I guess they thought we were going ham this turn, and we are not. Okay, so let's throw down the Dusklops. If anything, we can evolve into Dusknoir next turn. Bump the stadium. No more free retreating for you. And I kind of want to boss just for some extra stall on a POK'E, and then pull up the FLUTTER main. Let's do it. Why not? We play 3 balls. Ciao. They can still retreat or switch, but they can't free retreat. That's the important part. Actually, this is really good because this says switch. It doesn't say free retreat. Rare candy into Greninja. Oh my goodness. And this is kind of a deck too that I'm worried that is gonna make Diancie fall off, because you have to get, please not the Dusklops. I mean, I guess that's not terrible if we get LILLIE'S and then a God draw, but oh yeah, and the Dusklops, yay. And this is a deck that I feel like will kind of suffer against LILLIE'S, against Greninja. But with Dusknoir, you can do enough. It's just getting set up fast enough, which could be a problem. I kind of still want to play Pheasantipity in the deck, the EX, but obviously the EX, not the basic, because it's horrible. But I don't know. I don't know if it's needed or not. Alright, come on. Meowth, LILLIE'S, something. Psychic energy. I could technically discard that and then draw some cards. We're gonna do that. That seems like a good idea, actually. You get to draw 3 cards. Them 3 cards could really matter. Well, they don't. But they could have had. If I had another energy, if I had drawn another energy, we'd be knocking out this Greninja here. And that would just be crazy. Alright. So, where are we at? Are we giving him another prize card? They're definitely going to knock out this Dusknoir, so we kind of have to. The thought is, though, are we going to do that, or are we going to knock out something on the bench? I think we just do this. Put it on the Greninja. And then pull up the Diancie. Actually the FLUTTER main, because he can't do damage that way. If he knocks out the FLUTTER main, we're not really worried about that. Oh no, this has to be in the active, right? Can you turn it because of this card's active spot? Okay, so we will have to retreat. Well, I guess we could technically Wondrous Patch. Yeah, let's just Wondrous Patch. So now they can't use the Mortal Shuriken ability because of the Flutter main. That's cool. And if I get another energy, then I could attack with my Diancie and knock it out. Not looking too good though, I will say. Mega Starmie come down. Yeah, these big megas, 350 and 330 HP. That's some rough numbers to get around with the Diancie. I almost wonder if we need to play Max Belt or something to get it up to 290. Because then with 290, you can really... It does a lot, actually, the Max Belt, now that I think about it. So with one energy, you're doing 170, which with the CLEFAIRY in play, one shots Dragapult. And then with 2 energy, you'll do 290 plus Dusklops, so we wouldn't even have to worry about Dusknoir. We could do 340 that way. Which, now that I say that, still doesn't knock out Greninja. But it knocks out everything but Greninja, so. And it allows me to knock out a lot more stuff than normal with the Max Belt and 1 energy. Doing 170, I mean, you could then go into... Oh, it's not looking good here. Not looking good for the home team. I wish this had a colorless in its attack so we could just play Crispin and this be a actually like really good deck. Yeah, probably gonna lose this. Let's see, yeah, that's not doing anything, bud. I guess retreat here, put this in the active spot. Still only have the 1 energy. I guess I just have to pass. So I guess Diancie is bad into the Chaos Rising format. But if we played Max Belt, we could play Petrels to go get the Max Belt and or any other item we may need. The list would definitely look a lot different playing around Max Belt, but I think it would be good. Because we could... The Max Belt does 170 for 1 energy discard, so we could knock out Meowth, like I said, Dragapult with a LILLIE'S CLEFAIRY in play will be a 1-shot. And then both energies with the Max Belt and a Dusklops would be 340. I could see its potential. I mean, it's probably not as good as the Starmie Greninja deck, though, so we probably should just play that. I mean, he has got a lot of HP in play. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. And I guess we're judging. I maybe should have played Diancie there. I mean, we're going to do this. I don't think it really matters, but maybe I should have played Diancie there and pivoted if we had a bad draw. The fact that we're this late in the game and my LILLIE'S is going to draw me 8 cards is kind of crazy, though. Then again, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't really feel like the Max Belt really matters because the 240 does enough. to knock out a lot of the meta, just not this specific archetype that we've played like 3 times now. Yay. But it is a super cool archetype. I did tell y'all I was going to make a video of this deck on the channel, and I haven't done it yet, so I guess I need to do that. Surfing Beach. I feel like he kind of should have put Air Balloon on the other Greninja. Would Hennon be able to take the knockout this turn? He would have been able to, yeah, he would have had actually, if he'd have done that. Wow. That actually could have mattered. Alright, well, we're just going to go straight into Lillie's here because we don't need any of the other cards. We did get Energy and Diancie. And I will be able to discard 1 energy, which is good news. And special red card them to hopefully mess with their draw. Oh, actually, we just lose. Right, because I don't... Oh, I do have a basic Psychic, so if I attach here and then Secret Box, I could get a Wondrous Patch. That could matter, okay. Guess I'll just get another Diancie down. Don't really need anything else. And then Secret Box away. Rare Candy. Is Boss needed? I'm gonna take a 3-price knockout going to 3. Boss might be needed. Is Boss needed more than Lillie's or Meowth? Meowth is technically Boss and Lillie's. I don't like it, but we're gonna do it. We could get one of them back. So we have 1 of each still. So get Wondrous Patch to start with. And then go ahead and get the Powerglass. Get the Stadium. And for supporter, do we want Lillie's or do we want Boss? We're going to take the knockout. I think we'll just get the Lillie's because the Meowth could be the Boss. So let's do that. Bump this garbage. Hourglass here. Wondrous Patch. Put an energy here. Free retreat. Watch him just hold Boss the whole time. It's like I'm just wasting my time. Alright, discard the basic. Knock it out. Take 3 prize cards. Some decent stuff. Put the energy back on. I'm pretty sure they're just holding a Boss. Because he went straight into that Starmie. Didn't even consider the free retreat Frogadier line. He just went straight into Starmie. But, I mean, it appears that he's thinking about his turn. So we might actually pull this out here. Not thinking we were going to Jetting Blow. Okay, yeah. We got the dub. I was not expecting that. And this is why you don't concede. Because y'all can definitely tell I was struggling. Yeah, we're going to search with that Meowth and get that Boss. And Boss that Greninja and knock it out. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom. 370 on the bad boy. What can I say? We got there. Deck's goated. We played against the new powerhouse of the upcoming meta. What in the world is going on? Get a Prism Tower. Prism Tower seems like a cool card in Team Rocket's Mewtwo. I've seen a guy make a video on that. You can discard your energies for your Spot Ops and so on and so forth. I know that makes sense. Maybe it's not needed much, but it seems pretty cool. Alright, let's check the deck out. Oh, we're not exporting. But it is copied to the clipboard now. Let's check the deck out for the outro. So, yeah, we're on the 322 Dusknoir line, 1 Flutter Main, 1 LATIAS, 2 LILLIE'S, CLEFAIRY, 3 Diancie, 1 MEOWTH. As the Pokemon, 2 Night Stretcher, 2 Pokepad, 2 Rare Candy, 1 Secret Box, 1 Special Red Card, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Wondrous Patch, 4 Mystery Garden, 3 POWERGLASS, 1 LILLIE'S Pearl, 4 LILLIE'S Determination, 2 Judge, and 3 Boss. And as you can see, pretty much everything in the deck is pretty solid and set in stone on the numbers. Might need to change a card or two here or there, but for the most part, we have a really strong core. Maybe the 4 Mystery Garden is too much, maybe the 4 Wondrous Patch is too much. I will say though, the 3 Telepathic and 9 Psychic I think is absolutely perfect. You see a lot of the lists play 8 and 4. I think that is way too much. Telepathic, I think you only need 3. Maybe we need to put Pheasantipity in here for some draw power. Or a Naveen wouldn't be bad. But you can't Naveen and Boss in the same turn, for example, so that's not as good. Secret Box is definitely the ACESPEC of choice. I was talking about the Max Belt, but going over the thoughts and the plays, I think the Secret Box is the better answer. That Secret Box turn probably won us that game, so there's also that. The Special Red Card did show out. It didn't do a whole lot. They still had plenty of stuff, but it was able to see play. I was worried that it was going to be a situation where they Dusknoir and then they knock out a Diancie only having 2 prize cards left. It won't be worth anything, but the few times I drew it, it did do something, so that's cool. The 2 Rare Candy is perfect. May trim the 4th Ultra Ball for 3rd Pokepad, still considering that, but I think everything else is pretty set in stone, and that is the deck. If y'all like the content, please drop a like and a subscribe. If y'all want to see me play any deck, drop in the comments what that deck is. If it's a rogue/meta deck that you've been working on that you want me to showcase on the channel, make sure to drop it in the comments so I can copy and paste it, and I will see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.